Hello, candle lovers. Thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Greg, and this is all about candles. I have a review for you today from Bath & Body Works. This is Snowflakes and Cashmere. I've got a feeling this candle pretty much sold out everywhere during this candle day, but I really love this fragrance and wanted to talk about it anyway. I think that this was the most beautiful, winter packaging of all of the candles that Bath & Body Works put out this winter. This also had that lavender and pine and falling flurries and fresh balsam in this collection, and I just thought they were gorgeous. The lid is a really nice touch as well. We just had regular white wax and thin core wicks on this candle, and the scent notes on Snowflakes and Cashmere: vanilla cashmere cream, caramel woods, and frosted clementine. The vanilla cashmere cream, I absolutely get that as a scent note. Caramel woods, maybe there's something a little bit caramelly to it. There's definitely a little bit of a soft woods scent note in there. However, frosted clementine, I don't pick up on anything in this candle that is even remotely sort of fruity, orangey, zesty, really at all. I think cashmere can be sort of a difficult scent note for a lot of us to wrap our heads around. It can be used in lots of different ways. Usually it sort of denotes a soft, powdery, sort of comforting fabric in a way. For me, cashmere has always sort of been sweet, perfumey, a little bit woodsy. Soft woods like a cedar wood or a sandalwood perhaps. Musky is in sort of a skin-like sort of sensual warmth. And then there's a powdery sweetness usually to cashmere, which sort of denotes a sort of clean coziness. And I get all of those things from this candle. It's a pretty medium to high ranging fragrance, and I really enjoy it. I just wish that this candle had been a little bit stronger. Now, the first time that this candle came out, it was an online exclusive, and we don't get those online exclusives here in Canada, but I wanted it so bad that I ordered it from the American website. And I was pleased with the fragrance, but it was a really, really weak candle for strength and throw. Now, it could just be my sort of tendency towards positivity, but I actually did think that this version was a little bit stronger than the first version that came out. The first version had packaging that looked like this, and I think that one was super weak, maybe a 4.5 or a 5 for strength and throw. And so as much as I enjoyed the fragrance, I really didn't have plans to repurchase it, especially not if I was gonna have to place a special order through the American website and pay in American dollars and all the shipping. So I didn't really plan on getting it again, but it got a wide release this year in all of the stores, and so it was easy for me to pick up. And if I'm being completely honest, I really did think that when I smelled this in store, that it smelled a bit stronger than last year's version. So I was very hopeful for it. And I guess moving on to performance right away, it did burn really well. And I do think that this version performed better than the last version as far as strength and throw goes. Now for me, this is the epitome of a bedroom candle. I always burned it in my bedroom, which is a little bit smaller than my more open area. And I did put it in a hurricane quite a bit too. I would say that the strength and the throw ranged on it from about a 5 to maybe a 6.5. I think I'd be willing to say that in a hurricane, during some of the stronger burns with deep, even wax pools in the mid-range, I think it got up to about a 6.5 in that not so large space. Whereas the last version of this candle, I think really must have maxed out around a 5 for me. I don't remember trying it in a hurricane the last time that I tried it, but this version in a hurricane bedroom style, I'd say was it was oscillating for me between like a 5.5 and a 6.5, which is not bad. And as far as the burn quality goes, this one did really well. I mean, that wax is still quite white, just a teeny bit of discoloration. I never really caught this one sooting. It did have the thin core wicks, so you really had to be careful about staying on top of trimming those wicks and limiting your burn time in order to keep it like looking like this. But it never went through a phase of dudding out, which is really good, because if this candle had been dudding out, the strength and throw would have dropped quite a bit. But this was a pretty nice, even, clean burn from beginning to end. Would I have liked it to have been stronger? Yes. Ideally, I'd like to be able to burn this candle in an open area and get it to a 7. However, when you like a fragrance this much, I feel like you're willing to make exceptions. And so in my bedroom, in a hurricane, it was sufficient for me. I feel like it definitely had a presence. Wasn't a powerhouse, but it was definitely there. So overall, I think that this is a candle that I will probably repurchase. In fact, you know what? I did already repurchase one. I did a Candle Day haul on the weekend of all the stuff that I got on Candle Day, but I really only hauled and talked about like the newer fragrances in that video. I also bought some backups of several things, and Snowflakes and Cashmere was one of the candles. So this has been a repurchase for me. I would recommend it to you as well if you like fragrances that are in that sort of cashmere vein, and you're not super invested in having like a super strong powerhouse of a fragrance. If you're going to use it as like a bedroom candle, I thought it was perfectly adequate. I'd love to recommend it because I really do think it was such a nice fragrance. And like I said, the burn quality on this one was beautiful, and the jar just looked absolutely stunning when this candle was burning. So overall, I really, really did enjoy this one. That's all I really have for you, Snowflakes and Cashmere. It was a winner for me this year. I know a lot of people were complaining about the strength and throw a lot more than I was. You know, you're gonna be disappointed if you're burning it in an open concept by itself. But if you find a spot where this candle's gonna do well, I found it perfectly adequate. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. If you could hit me up with a like, comment, subscription, that would really mean the world to me. You can follow me on Instagram at allabootcandles. Email me your burning questions at allabootcandles@gmail.com. I am currently planning my 3rd episode of Burning Questions, so get your questions in for that if you want to be featured. And until next time, my dear, gorgeous, and beautiful candle-loving friends, let's burn some candles and bitch about it. Thanks, you guys. Bye now.